Hello there, everyone. Welcome to Antojai Ascension Academy with me, Master Antojai, and Master Miracle. And we're going to be going ahead channeling Urthekao, who is a very special guide of mine. I've been working with her for maybe over a year and a half, 2 years now, like in this lifetime, I guess. And she basically is like the personification of magic, higher power. She's like the embodiment of everything supernatural. And one of the reasons why I really like to talk to her is because if there's something about alchemy that I really just don't understand, but I've been working with for a while, I will talk to her and she always leads me to something that's going to explain whatever alchemy I'm downloading that I don't get. Another really cool thing with Urthekao is that she can allow you to understand like senses that you've always had that you've never actually noticed that are part of like the supernatural, but they're actually normal to like the 360 senses of the Egyptians, right? So Master Miracle is going to be reading and going through posts that are most relevant to this, and we're going to get started. So thank you to everyone on Patreon who has been supporting the temple, and thank you for posting your questions there. 2 seconds. We now open the doors and the levels of understanding from the great master Urthekao, mistress of magic. I am here now. You may speak your truth.
The first question, is there anything you can do or put in your home that protects against a negative family member that is toxic? This person is living in the home, and the person asking has been trying to manifest them out of their place.
There are many elements that require constant care. One of these elements is the home. The ancients have relied on specific herbs to cleanse magical spaces. If alchemy is everything, alchemy has been understood as magic. Magic exists in the most simple of obstructions, such as the rose. The sage, the blue lotus, the lavender, and even salt of the purest kind. Keep roses close by. Put them in the center of your home. Put them everywhere, if possible. Even the oils of rose. Rose is the highest vibration plant known on earth other than frankincense. Salt constantly purifies. Create a perimeter of salt around your home. Place roses in the center of your home. And allow the vibrations of both to protect and purify your space. Make sure that you are the only one to lay these items into place, as you only desire their response for your highest good. Understand that burning sage would also help, but just keeping sage in every room will help purify the essence of that room. The easiest forms of magic are the magics that cannot be readily observed, the magics that are not direct in action. Subtle magic can be the most powerful magic. The occult and the secret can be one of the most enlightening and healthiest tools. The environment and subtle changes within the environment, when created with pure intention, can be used to the highest good of the alchemist. The alchemist must always stay true and pure while the process is being placed, and must not bend when the event horizon reaches manifestation. That is all.
Thank you. The next question. Every day I channel an astral flight, and that I can feel it in the way my perception of things is when it's done. The problem is, during the process, I tell myself, this is so awesome, I need to tell it to everyone. Then when finished, all I can remember is telling myself how awesome it was and that everyone needed to know. What could be the purpose of no memory of the actual content?
You cannot remember because you are placing your attention on the material world and not the validation of the experience at hand. Some experiences are only meant for said individual within a said parameter of time spaces. Your interest was to report secrets of the unknown, and some unknowns must remain unknowns until they're knowns and found by seekers of the known unknowns. You only remember your final statement, for at that moment you stopped being authentic and pure with the transmission that was being given to you. There are levels of alchemy that can be unspoken and must remain unspoken, as the laws of the higher realms have stated this to be so. In order to overcome this, you must understand your own ethics and what is more important to you. Is it the experience for your own enjoyment, for your own validation, for your own understanding, or is it because you have to bring it back to have it be validated by others, to be sharing it with others? You will only know true alchemy and true secrets when you let go of anything other than the present of understanding that comes to you within the unknown of knowns. The universe is only linear when the ego steps in. The ego can never be overcome, but the ego can be harmonized within a neutral point of duality, which allows it to simultaneously exist without influence because it is non existent. This polarity you have not yet understood. The greatest secrets of the cosmos lie just on the other side of this understanding, this door. Only the true can walk through this door. Only those who seek power without knowing they seek power, because the power they seek is for the expansion of self and the expansion of all. Until this is fundamentally grasped, all else matters not. All alchemy is limited. All magic and senses will not be attained for the self, because your heart and your authentic self is not in order with Mott. That is all.
Thank you. The next question. I'm trying to heal my inner child, one that I'm quite disconnected from, and it is what's blocking me from accessing, making use of what I have learned. Because I'm stuck from going further within, it's blocking me from going up or unlocking my higher, lighter abilities. I was told to do regular psychotherapy to reconnect with the inner child, which usually takes 1 to 3 years to unlock deeper issues. I'm wondering if there's any other way or any way to speed up this process.
Urthekao will answer this question, though Urthekao finds this question to be irrelevant, but will bring enlightenment to other areas that may answer the question at hand. The inner child is the most powerful component of the subconscious realms. It not only has direct access to the laws of manifestation, but it has also all the hard wiring that affects each human in this time space and in all time spaces. To heal from an imbalance like this, one must understand the power of the inner child. We must understand the elusiveness of time and what is considered memory. Time can only disconnect when that polarity is the only option. Time expands the limits of space to seem broader than what is actually there. In order to heal your inner child, there are a multitude of things you must understand. For this alchemy is not linear. You must understand that each individual fragment that will take you to understand or regain something that you felt like was lost will only deter and lead you to more detachment, as more complication will summon itself as a result. You must understand that the power of the inner child is imagination itself. You must understand that the power of healing the inner child is not seeking a reconnection with it, but simply existing as it. Time never separated the inner child. Your memory, though bound in some fashion in this current time space to time, is only an alteration of looking to fragmented glass, similar as looking to the future. Memory can become altered time space should one choose to enact this option. To understand this option, one must detach from time. To truly detach from time, one would understand that time not only is empty in nature, has no true weight. Time is cycle. Cycle is only rotation. Distance is non existent, for everything is here and interconnected. All of these concepts apply to your healing. These understandings must be grasped within inner alchemy of self, as the answers that you seek truly lie there. The answers that you seek cannot be verbalized through this vessel. As this level of alchemy reaches heights of the unknown that cannot be spoken of in the lower. Reconnect with your inner child by simultaneously living as your inner child today. That is all.
Thank you. The next question. I would love to know what is truly holding me back from expanding my healing abilities. I've been more aware more recently that I get so caught up on time constraint, although I know time is an illusion. It still seems to hold me back and is overwhelming to the point where I feel like I just don't have enough time to ever do anything that I need to.
Time is like a weight, similar to lead, heavy metal, or weight in the terms of expanded time. The problem here is not your concept of understanding whether or not time is true, is your understanding of how to apply this concept in everyday life. You must begin to understand that your anxiety and your core understanding of how life exists is still a model designed within time. In order to change the variable of any element within the alchemies, one must change perception. Perception is the key that evolves the alchemy into an altered state. You must allow yourself, and sometimes even force yourself, to step into an existence where time does not count, or time is distorted. The greatest masters of time understand that since time is an illusion, time is constantly being altered. Similar to the element of air. Time and air are no less different than a fragmental dimension away from each other, but ultimately they intertwine and become back into the same thing, exchanging between oxygen and time, time and oxygen, oxygen and space, space and vacuum, vacuum, void, void, existence, interwovenness. Infinity, existentialism. To understand really what you seek, Allow yourself to notice that time is not real. You must sit in this present moment and look at all of your life without any of the concepts of time in place. You must understand what your thought is without time in place. You must understand what action is without time in space. Existence without time in space. And then grasping that all else matters not. This is the ultimate answer of what you seek. That is all.
Thank you. The next question. What should we focus on this coming year?
The present time space, the coming year, of what you understand time to be, will be bringing many challenges that will test your consciousness, that will test your understanding of illusion and reality. If illusion is acknowledged, your dissension will begin. If integration is acknowledged, ascension will continue. It is important to guide yourselves not only in understanding that you are stepping into a new realm of reality every second of every day. It is important to restructure every element of your life every second, every day. To remain in comfort in an element that is perpetually changing will cause distortions in your ultimate manifest reality. Allow yourselves to be change, to embrace change, to see change in every passing moment. Understand that change can be the ultimate variable that can replace time, which then allows you to move not linearly within time, but change within existences. Those who will be caught up in time will be taken towards enlightenment. Those who change the definition of time to change will see doorways that none others will see. The year of 2020 is to bring a change of existence, a new way of life. The shifts are no longer going to be drastic and massive in nature. They will be subtle and cataclysmic in every passive second. The truest ascension lies here, behind the law of change instead of the law of time. Both concepts are infinite. Those may be integrated into your life, interchanging each. But change is the ultimate answer. Change is not something you pursue. Change is something that exists. Change is happening in all time spaces as an event of infinite possibilities being drawn out from every source that is in every dimensional existence. One must understand what it is to be multidimensional while still being dimensional within a linear reality. When you do, you will understand the fractals of manifestation. The energies that come are change and ascension, prosperity and wealth, happiness and growth, love, knowledge, expansion. For those of you that understand, and it will remain stressful and dense and full of resistance for those of you that do not. Saving, as Excel has just communicated to me, is no longer the option of any individual for another in this time space. Each individual must now save themselves. For the gateway is change itself. That is all.
Thank you. The next question is, what shifts do you see coming?
I see a large shift of deception coming within the mid-year. I also see waves of enlightenment and psychic dawning all throughout the year. Certain elements still undefined will bring in ribbons of new creation, yet undefined. 2020 we have spoken of, and what to expect and what is coming. Not much else will change, and not much else can I describe in full detail, as free will takes reign in this domain. All I can say is that there is a lot of change that will be coming. Change is magic. Magic is change. Those who fail to see this correlation will then always exist in an undefinable level of chaos. Chaos must be defined to be reshaped. Chaos is change, and chaos is the constant. Chaos has been intertwined with time, and that is what's going to set the tone for the change, voluntary or involuntary, blind or in full vision. All else matters not, but this present understanding. That is all. This is the final transmission. I leave you now. Love, light, Adonai.
Thank you. That's some juicy information.
Did I? I heard half of it. I heard half of it. It was something about time. She spoke about time and change, which totally makes sense because it's like, yeah, it just makes sense. Like, I don't know. I can't like really highlight it any other way.
Yeah, I think that's, well, I mean, one of the biggest things holding people back from even being able to progress further within their own soul is time hindrance, because, I mean, we're on an earth, like within earthly matters. So when you start stepping into the soul and it being quantum, time literally gets in the fucking way.
Yeah, like no joke. Some of the models of some of like she really. It's interesting because when I ask a question, she tells me in the terms of like experience, and like it's almost as though she because I can touch the magic, she takes me through the magic to like experience what she's gonna say to me. But then like transmitting it for other people, she shows me like all like it's not even that she's showing me, because she's not talking to me, like she's talking through me, and I'm just watching like how her vibration, which is trying to condense itself downward into like verbal word, goes through like this whole process of like really high, all these diagrams, then like bringing it down and down and down and down and down into a word. And then like I can feel like she struggles to explain some of the things because this world cannot verbally handle what she has to say. Is really crazy.
Yeah, I could tell that there was one question before I even asked it, I was like, she's not gonna like this question. Like she's doing it because of what it's for. But like if it were like you or me asking a question, she'd be like, "Get the fuck out of here."
Right. Yeah. They'll definitely be like, the answer to this, or like, get around it some other way.
Yeah.
I think it was cool that like she did though Chan answer the question anyway, you know what I mean? Because
Mhm.
it kind of gives you like more of a perspective of like how powerful certain portions of you are, and you discredit it because you think time is separating you from that instance, you know? And it's like, and that's one of the things, like it's really cool because she like, if time and space and alchemy are all the same thing, like those variables are not just limitations, and like we also see those variables as limitations only, right? But they can also be used as like a tool, like she said, like you can change it. It's like putty, and if you can understand that, and it's almost like her definition of change is so linear when we're trying to even talk about it. Like she when she says change, like she's talking about a bunch of different things that ultimately come back to like this one singular point, and all of reality. It's like it's crazy. Yeah, very cool. Well, thank you for channeling that. Like that did take like a little bit out of me, but that was cool.
Yeah.
Um, did you feel like any vibrations on your end or anything?
Yes. So there are parts where, I mean, honestly, I couldn't hear her verbatim because she was channeling through you, but I could like read the vibration she was sending you. So I could see that. I could tell when I could see when you started to answer, and then I could see when you were reflecting on like she was giving you information, and then I could see when the shift changed. Um, I could feel, yeah, her. Oh, how do I? Her energy is so it's first magenta, like pop, like that love, like you know what I mean. Like she just has this like over not overwhelming, but like deep motherly love, and she wants to help you by nurturing you and explaining things for you and like kind of being that presence for you. So like I picked that up. I don't know. It was just really beautiful. The whole thing, the whole experience was beautiful. Just being able to like watch you connect with her and her connect with you, and then her also allow me to be a part of it because she was allowing me to watch the whole interaction too. So it was the whole thing. Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, it's like it's interesting how you say that because like it really does. There's certain things that she would say to me, and she's like, I almost as though she's like, I don't know how to put this in like their terms. Like this is what I'm trying to say. Translate it, and I'd be like, okay, and like I could feel that too. It was almost like when she talks too, she talks really fucking like really fast, like super like woof. That one time when she answered the one question, it was just like, and then there came certain points where she's like, I don't know how to like really. This is what I'm trying to say. Like take care of it, and it was like really interesting. Um, Yeah. No, it's cool. Yeah, for me, she's like that mother. She's like a motherly figure, but she's also understands that she can't tell you everything that is going to happen. Like you literally have to force yourself. Like she can help you, guide you to a certain extent, but she's gonna let you experience it. Or there's certain things that you're just not meant to understand because you're not old enough yet to understand it. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool. Well, thank you. And thank you, Urthekao, for answering all our questions today that we had in our small channel. I am sending all of you guys a bunch of love. We will be catching you in the next one. Don't forget to join our Patreon community, Antojai Ascension Academy on Patreon, where you can chime in and tell us who you want us to channel for you, and definitely check out all the other cool resources we have here on YouTube. Press subscribe, comment, share, spread the love. Talk to you later.